Hi, how you doing? I'm Edward Paul. I'm doing a demonstration of my favorite Enjoy professional hair care products today for you. With my model today, Kaitlyn, who is also my makeup artist.
And your daughter.
I did not know that. Interesting, I did not know that. My favorite Enjoy professional hair care products, we're going to start with the last one, which is the Super Hold Hairspray. It is firm, flexible hold, dries very quick. This is really important to me because when I do a lot of work, chignons, updos, downdos, just beautiful Hollywood curl, I want a product that I can reapply if I decide I'm going to change things about the hair, and a product that's also going to give me that firm but flexible hold. This fits the bill. Also, I'm going to mix two products. The dry wax, which contains a little bee wax in it, a lot actually, also gives me firm, flexible hold and allows me to mold the hair with movable texture. This is very important to Enjoy, and this is the best wax I've ever worked with. It's a dry wax, and I use very little on my hands. But before I do that, before I use that, I also want to put a little of the Enjoy molding paste, which again is medium flexible hold. Mixed together, comes up with magic, and is also a mold, and I just touched my nose, shame on me, is also a moldable product. This is also very important. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to get a little bit of both of these on my hand. And by the way, if you want to hear more about these products, we have this beautiful brochure which is yours. You can even go to our website, which is on the brochure, and check these products out for yourself. This information is concise, complete, very clear, and allows me to be able to select the products in a short amount of time. Look at this beautiful molding paste. It's not greasy. It's totally dries invisibly in the hair. A little bit like that goes a long ways. I work it through my hands. I don't want to put a lot of product into her hair. We've already shampooed her with the Enjoy products. We've prepared her hair, dried it with a minimal amount of products in it so that I can show you it doesn't take a lot of products to make a happy head of hair. Here's that beautiful dry wax. If it's too firm for you, I'll take my blow dryer and just loosen up a little bit. But I like a cold wax. Oh, something wrong with me. And I like it like this. Same amount, work it through my hands, mostly in the palms of the hands, warm it up a little bit, and I apply it as I'm working with the hair. Maybe a little bit before, beautiful shiny hair. But I want to work it through the hair, impart it to the hair as my hands move through the hair. And your hands are going to move through the hair. It's the minimum amount of effort, so it's the way to do it. I'm going to put a slight bump in her hair, a little bump. Everybody hates bumps now. They were really big and popular 2-3 years ago. They stuck around too long last year. But what we want to do is we want to add just a little bit of a bump to the hair so I can take most of it out. Just that, not even a half an inch, a third of an inch lift makes all the difference. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a chignon on her hair, just a little chignoni. And the bump kind of puts it all, gives a little bit better profile to it. I take the hair in the sweet spot. There's a sweet spot here about the size of the palm of your hand from the crown to the occipital, that if you do anything in there, and look at that's very little bump, but it's all I need. Anything in there, it's going to make the hair look very attractive. It's going to be very visual pleasing to the eyes. I can almost speak English. And so the first thing I'm going to do is take that bump, take that thing a little bit deeper into it, a little bit further, and I'm going to twist this hair. I hope you can see this. Now remember, I've got the two products, the molding paste and the dry wax on my fingers. So as I'm doing this, I'm adding shine to the hair. And just turn away from the camera if you could. Do you see that? Look at that little thing. That ain't much. That's just a little sweetness. And if I bump it a little bit and pin it, I'm going to bring some hair from the back. I'm going to do a side chignon, a little draping chignon. And let me have a couple of them pins. Oh, she gives me the big one. See what she does? But I'm going to put the pin in the hair and watch what I do. I don't open it with my teeth. I want to. All day long when I work with pins, I just want to put them in my mouth so bad. But it's not the way to do it. You ruin the effect of the pin. Push it down where you want it to hold and push it up. One pin, I'm done. Now, how did I know where to put the pin? I'm not a genius. I put it where my fingers hold the hair. Right where my fingers clamp on the hair is exactly where I put all my pins. That way I use 1 or 2 pins, the most 3. Minimal amount of pins. Look at that. If I can teach her how to do that, she can wear that all night. But I'm going to put one more pin in it to cross underneath it to lock it, and she gives me the big pin again. Isn't that sweet of her? So you are my daughter, I can tell. I didn't know at first, there was some confusion with me, but now that you're giving me nothing but the big pins, I know that you like big stuff, big toys, everything. Now I'm going to take her hair with my flat iron, which has left the room, there it is, and just going to pick up pieces of hair and just randomly put a little bit of bend in the hair. I should have done this before the video, but it's a lot more fun to watch, have you watch me try to do this in 10 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. A little bit of bend. I don't want much for this look. I want this to drape over the shoulders in a very natural, just soft look. And I want it to look almost like Mademoiselle did it herself. You know, we can overdo hair. We don't want every head of hair to look like prom night. I want to personally look like prom night every night. That's what my personal goal for myself is. But we just did some prom girls in the salon today. And they were all in a panic. And you see some of the hairdressers that have worked with me and worked with the people I've worked with are doing these minimal little soft little looks, and then the other hairdressers are just, there's a couple, I don't want to mention names, but they're just cranking the curl in the hair, and their little girls are looking at us and we're going, oh, we can fix that, because they don't want the updos they wanted 4 or 5 years ago. They want these soft little sexy looks, and that's what we're going to give them. So the very first thing I'm going to do is take this hair and I'm going to roll it back with my fingers. Just like that, but not all of it. What was I doing? Why was I doing all of it? Shame on me. Just the surface of it, because I still want that to hang there. So I'm just going to do the surface of it, just like that. And I'm going to do better than that. Yeah, I can do better. I'm going to do it again, just a little bit. Pick up another little piece as I go underneath the hair. And do that, and lay it below my other pins. So what I've done is I've kind of added to that structure, dropped it out with my finger because I am a foolish man, and I'm going to ask for another pin. She gives me a smaller pin, and so thank you so much. Push it down, don't hold it with my teeth or anything, push it up. It just hit that other pin, that will stay there all night. Now I got these hangy downy things, which is a technical term, and I'm going to take these hangy downy things, I'm going to put just a little bit more curl here in the front. Now you notice that I'm using the molding paste and the dry wax. Well, guess what, boys and girls? I'm going to add something to it, just a little bit more dry wax to my hands. Keep the hands not completely covered, if you can see that, just so you can feel it on the fingers. Now, when that dry wax there, I can start playing with the hair, getting an idea of where I want to go. And this is where you really shine as a hairdresser, because you're having fun. You're doing hairdresser stuff. Look at this. And when you go to hair shows and you see guys on TV and stuff, they get to do stuff like this. They're touching the hair, they're throwing the hair around. By doing that, they're actually doing something very important. They're pushing a little bit of oxygen or air into the hair. They're pushing the hair out, they're creating volume. And they're also trying random ways of placing the hair. Because the trick to beautiful hair is you start with beautiful, shiny hair, and you start with beautiful color. Of course, we know that. Here, one more pin. I'm sorry. She gives me the big one because she knows that I failed in my attempt to make this pin. So you see, guys, you watch me waste a pin. Shame on me. Now, I'm going to go back to the other side and take the same amount, drop a few pieces out. You can't see this, but you'll see it in a few minutes. I'm going to take this whole piece and I'm going to roll it over this, roll it over this, roll it over this, that little weird thing I did. And I got to give it a name. You know, if I'm going to attempt to do classes for Enjoy, I better give those things really technical, cool names, because I just called it a little weird thing. And I don't know if that's what we're looking for. And then I take this piece back, and I wrap it around that piece. You knew that was coming. Who? Show of hands, who knew that was coming? You all knew it was coming. Wrap that around, because that's the only thing, and one pin, I hope, that I'm going to hold the hair with. And she gives me another big pin, and it's thank you. This is the time where I was going, please give me a big pin, please. And a little pin. See if she comes up. That's such a cute little pin. And we're going to put that up there. Now, this is real simple. Now all I have to do is look at this and go, I got dry wax on my fingers. This is easy. This requires no great skill. And that's what I like about these looks, because I could be like a really skillful hairdresser, which I pretend that I am, or I could be a hairdresser just right out of beauty school, first year, second year. You can do these things. Oh, you see what that was? That was my timer saying that I went 10 minutes. Guess what, guys? It's a 10-minute and 32-second video. My apologies. I hope it works for you. Because I'm done, boys and girls. Look at this. I'm so excited. And this is the best part of being a hairdresser. This is why we're hairdressers. This is exactly why we did all that. We have those clients that are just like, do my hair the way you did it in 1936. Nose. I'm going to have you stand up. Let's get rid of this chair. And I'm not going to throw it. I'm going to be polite. Can you see yourself in the camera? We're using an iPad, by the way. Look at that sexy little thing. That is like, you want to build it up? Remember, I still have the molding paste and the dry wax in my fingers. I am using my fingers as a backcombing tool. Let's show them the other side. That's sexy, beautiful, gorgeous hair. My daughter's taller than me. You noticed that right away. Nothing I can do about that. Thank you for being my model. Thank you very much. Just stand right here for a few minutes. Again, let's recap. Molding paste, flexible, medium, hold. Then add to that, if you wish, you can use this by itself or either one. Firm, flexible hold. Medium flexible hold, firm flexible hold. The last product, I haven't used it yet. I'm going to take this, and this is cool on the shoulders. I should have wore it down. Look at that. Bomb. Just a pop, pop. Just a wham, wham like that. Remember I said this is flexible hold? You saw me spray it. Look at that. I rework the hair. It dries very quick. I love this. This is my favorite hairspray on the planet. Love this stuff. Thank you very much for all your time. I appreciate it. Ciao, ciao. You did a good video. Thank you very much. That was very nice.